Recorded. Okay, I'm recording.
Oh, okay. All
All
right.
right, let's
All right,
do
let's do
this.
it. Hey, everybody.
Hi,
How's it going,
everybody.
Gomertrons?
What's up?
Okay, here we go.
This is going to be so fun. Gomer spills.
All
Is that
right.
one word? Should it be worst Gomer
Gomer
spills or
spills. I
biggest
guess.
Gomer spills? Gomer spills.
Best Gomer spills.
Best top.
All right, let's start with that.
Okay, good.
Top. There we go. I
I
think worst.
okay. I think we're. There's a big
Top.
delay right
Okay.
now. Shoot.
Top worst.
Are you getting
Is
a
there?
big
Hold on.
delay?
I don't even have you up. I'm just hearing you. Nope.
Oh
Do you want to reset the internet?
no. Let's just do it. Okay, I'm
You
ready.
sure?
Yep.
All right. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, click. All right. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. It's fine.
That's a huge delay, dude.
It'll work itself out.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the bonus disc.
What up?
Dude, this is top Gomer spills.
Is that what
Worst
we
Gomer spills.
we're I think top is what is kind of the language we use most,
Oh,
top.
you're right. You're right. Top. Yeah. You're right.
But is
Top
this one
worst.
where we go apart from that, or do we do worst Gomer either way? I think Gomer spills is one word with the S capitalized, right? Gomer spills,
Yep.
no
And it
space.
should have money. The S should have the money symbol. Like on
Alien style.
or Secret of My Success, Michael J. Fox.
Right. I was thinking of James Cameron pitching Aliens.
Yep,
Um,
totally.
this is Gomer Spill, and then the sequel is Gomer Spills with a
Yes.
dollar sign instead of an S. But how are we? So this is one of these things
Yep.
that was just like a flash. I think during another episode we were
Yeah.
recording where we were
Yep.
like, we need to do because both of us are clumsy. Would you say both of us? I'm clumsy.
No, see, I actually don't think Aaron and I were talking about this earlier because we were trying to
Okay.
review our spills. I don't
Yeah.
actually think I'm very clumsy. She is more clumsy than I am.
Oh, really?
For sure. I don't think I drop stuff a lot. I don't know.
Okay.
Like,
So this is something we are not similar in then, because I am known
yes.
that
Yes.
this is known that I am a very uh, accident prone. That's for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, illness and injury prone. I mean, to the
Yep.
point of I think there is this unsaid thing happening where people are surprised that I have not yet been diagnosed with COVID.
Right. Okay. So we've mentioned that multiple times on the
Yeah,
podcast.
right. Like, how
Not
could
just
Steven not have it yet?
and you would get it like really bad.
Oh yeah, it would be bad. So that's good. And I
Yep.
did get tested. You've gotten tested, right?
I've gotten tested twice. Oh, you got your test. Okay, because I texted you about my test and I told you that the Q-tip went through and it came out my eye socket.
And I believed you. What an
And
idiot
you were
I
like,
am.
"What?"
You said I could see the tip of it because it came out in front of my eye. Why would I believe that stupid story?
And I like didn't text back for like a minute. I just let that one ride.
Probably because you were gobsmacked that I would have believed you.
Well, it kind of makes sense. Like, have you ever done a neti pot or anything like that?
Yeah, right. That's what I
Like,
was thinking. It's all connected. All those tubes are connected.
totally. That's what I'm wondering. Like, I don't. A lot of people have said they could feel their brain when they
Yeah,
put the Q-tip in. I think
right.
about monkey brains,
So
Indiana Jones.
yeah,
So
so
yeah.
we were gathering our staff team together in
Yep.
person, and so we decided we're all going to get tested.
Yep. Good.
So we social distance and be careful a couple weeks before we get together. But also we were like, let's just all get tested because ASU is doing this thing that is this rapid saliva test now,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and they're testing it in Arizona, in all the big cities, and it takes 15 minutes, and you get it in 24 hours.
Wow. Okay.
it's something like 90% accurate, but it was like if we can do that, that gives us all peace of mind. So we did it. You
Sure.
have to spit into this test tube and fill so
Mm-hmm.
much of it with spit, which was really easy for me to do, but it took Jessica forever. It was funny. Um, so I don't have, I came back negative. I don't have COVID. And I
Great.
was like honestly shocked because it just would, it would be so typical, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. You would be either worst possible case or asymptomatic or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I am also wondering, did you spill that tube?
Well, I filled it too full, is what happened. There's a line that I thought was minimum, but it actually said maximum. And so I was like, the trick was I thought I was really hungry and I was thinking about Big Macs. And so I was drooling a
Mm.
lot. So that's why I
Oh
filled
yeah,
it up so
that's
quickly. So
that's easy.
I was too embarrassed to spill it out of the window of the car. So we had an extra mask, one of those blue disposable masks in the car. So I
Yeah.
spilled a lot of it into that and put it in like the cup holder.
Wow.
Spills. There we go.
Yep.
Spills. And so
There
I
it is.
spill a ton of stuff.
Okay. I mean, I've spilled a lot too, and we've had a lot of. Although I was looking over my list of spills because Aaron
Yeah.
and I have shared this a number of times when we. This is a fun one to get together with, like with another couple.
Right.
You know, like if you're having like a double date, tell us like the worst things that happened. You know, like some people get together and they're like, "My house is perfect. Everything's amazing. My kids are amazing." Like we love just being real with people. Like
Oh yeah.
put, and I know you guys do too. Like
Yes.
and you can also go the other. You can do one up on the other way too. Like my kids are the worst. I cannot wait to get out of
Nobody wants
So
to hear that. But
right.
you and Alex and I think, have talked about this, that we're great at weddings,
Ah, yeah.
right? We're great at sitting at a table of people
Yep.
that has obviously been thrown together by the bride and groom. Like, we don't know where else to put these people.
Right.
Um, that would
Why is
normally
that
be an
always us?
that would normally be an awkward situation for people, but we're great wedding guests because we come in. I'm oh, you're drinking Dunkin' right now. Nice. We come in with things like that. Like, what is the worst
Yeah.
spill that you've
Right.
ever done? And people
Yep.
love that. Or
Oh
your
yeah.
stupid game at weddings, which is just
Yeah.
name scientific terms until you can't anymore. Xenum,
Right.
phloem.
Fibromyalgia,
Right. A great game.
vas
Everyone loves it.
deferens. Um,
So we landed on this word spill because
uh-huh.
we thought, like, well, yeah, accidents is kind of funny. Worst
Hmm.
accidents you've ever had.
Hmm.
But what if it was just the worst mistakes you made? I think we were kicking that around, but we liked the word
Mm.
spills because that is like a word that can be defined in so many ways. And no matter how you
Yep.
define it, it's interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we like to diffuse, um, like when we're at that wedding table
Uh-huh.
or at that double date, you
Yeah.
know, like put your mind at ease. We're
Yeah.
not perfect.
Right.
We spill all the time. We break crap.
Yeah.
We messed up.
Right.
But you know what? What? You get right back up. What was Rudy? Dream big or
Yep.
dream big, never quit.
Yeah.
One day we're not going to spill anymore.
Right. His superpower, which is getting up
That's right.
somehow. Yeah.
It is a superpower.
And guess what? We always get up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so just a quick example, because it's so
Okay.
recent, of what we're
Yep.
talking about. And this is a literal spill, is that it's so typical of me. And Jessica was talking to me. We talked about this beforehand, where she's like, oh, I mean, it's such a part of our life, that she was
Mm-hmm.
like, how are you going to just record one episode about that? And I said, the answer is we're not. We're probably, this will probably be the first of a series. Aliens with a dollar sign. We're going to have a sequel to this. But the other day, what we had our area staff team together. I always go to Sam's Club to buy like food for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And so I bought this massive jar of pickles.
Mm-hmm.
Regular pickles, but in a massive jar. I'm
Yeah.
talking like,
The pickles aren't massive.
no, the pickles are what do you call the just the dill, the nice little dill ones, right? but there's got to be
The gherkin, the little
right.
gherkin. Oh yeah, yeah.
There's got to be 500 in this thing, and it's a gallon and a half, maybe
Guess how
2 gallons
many? That would be
glass.
cool. Yeah.
Right? Guess how many
Hmm.
gherkins?
Yep.
Um, and so the weekend's over. We're going back to our homes, and I put that jar because it's still full of stuff, because I buy these things at Stamps Club and we never eat it all, with a thing of orange juice in a plastic bag, like just a regular grocery bag.
Yeah.
And Jessica looks at it and she's like, "That's a bad idea. Do not carry it out to the car like that."
That's how stuff starts, dude.
Right.
Jessica
And
or
so
Aaron, that's a bad idea.
yeah, and so what's my reaction? Obviously, it's like, that makes me want to carry it all the more like this. So I'm walking down the um just the walk in front, cement,
Yeah.
and hole breaks in the bottom of the bag. Smashes everywhere. So little tiny shards of glass mixed with pickle juice and pickles and orange juice. All over everybody, all over me, all over the front.
Yep.
And and Jessica was not out there, so I'm like, "Please, everybody, please do me a favor and help me
Yeah.
clean this up really quick."
Make it so that it didn't happen.
She will ask, "Where did those pickles go?" Later, I'll say, "I don't know. Somebody else must have taken them." But
Yep.
it was too late. She'd already come out and seen it.
Oh,
And
dang it. And
um,
then she goes, Steven,
yes,
Steven.
yeah. And nobody wants me to go through that, so everybody's trying really hard. There's a
Yep.
hose. We're trying to spray it down, and
Yeah.
we get caught in the act.
Yep.
So
Okay. So what?
that is a literal spill. I don't know if we're going to
Yep.
get to other literal spills, but we can define worst Gomer spills in any way we want to, I think, are the rules
Sure.
here.
Sure. You took a spill,
Took a
right?
spill. Yep.
So you spilled something.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what that made me think of, though? It made me think of Tenet. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, how could you get those pickles back in the jar if you just turn time backwards?
The only way
This,
is to invert them. There was no fixing this
yep.
pickle jar. You would have to invert it.
Yep. Okay. So this whole episode, I'm just going to be thinking about Tenet. Invert it. If you could invert all these, that would be great.
You could,
If you, yeah.
you'd have to invert yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
couldn't invert the pickle jar itself, right? So because it's already been
Right.
smashed, you'd have to invert something else to go back in time. And yeah, so yeah, if we could invert,
No, but they undid like those buildings blowing up.
that's because
They
they'd
inverted that.
inverted themselves. They didn't invert the building.
Yeah,
Oh
but
no!
then
Wait, shoot! I should have said spoiler. Now I'm gonna have to put it in the notes.
dang it. Well, that didn't really spoil anything.
You see
Like,
that in the trailer.
yeah, totally.
Yep.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, good.
Okay, so spills, yeah, like I mean, just as a Gomer's tip, just right at the top.
Yeah.
I have this real problem. I do have a problem. My problem isn't spilling as much as like I set stuff places
Right.
that's easy to spill
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think about it. So
Yeah.
like I for some reason always set a glass of water like just right at the side of something, or like I put stuff in the fridge. Here's one of our main problems is I put stuff in the fridge not covered.
Wow.
So
That's
like
surprising to me. I would think that you of all people would be very careful about such things.
no, so like I can't tell you how many times like I'll be upstairs and I'll hear dang it.
So you caused the spill indirectly.
Right. So it's like what's cause versus effect or something
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
I put in the first cause or whatever whatever that is,
Yep.
and then left,
Mm-hmm.
and so oftentimes it's a glass of milk. So it's a kid cup of milk,
Yeah.
and I leave it in the fridge.
I got it.
And
Yeah.
then later, Aaron goes to grab something out of the fridge, and then that cup of milk that has been moved to the back spills in the whole fridge. Like that's like,
Okay. Now, would you consider that your fault or hers?
oh, that's my fault.
Okay.
That's
Same with me. If that happens,
my fault.
I know that is my fault because she didn't do anything on purpose.
nope. She was
did.
reaching in to grab, grab a snack,
Right.
and then put her arm straight past the glass of milk
Yep.
or orange juice.
Yeah.
Totally.
I mean, that's the other thing that people probably should know about us. We are quick to confess when these
Oh yeah,
spills are our fault.
yeah, and feels super bad. Yeah,
I just
totally.
wish you could invert and just say, if only I hadn't put that milk in there, the rest of my day would be
Like here's
easier.
here's how you invert it is
Hmm.
you repent.
That's
Next
true.
time you don't do that. And if right, fool me once,
Hmm.
shame on you.
Yes.
Fool me twice, shame on me.
What about
Uh
fool me 50 times, which is
I know, so that's the problem. I'm pretty good at not putting stuff in the fridge anymore uncovered.
yep.
Um I would be not surprised though if I went downstairs and found something not covered.
Yeah, we're
It
we're
might
we're
be.
we're good at repenting,
Yep, definitely.
honest, heartfelt, but
Hmm.
sometimes that glass of milk goes back in the fridge.
Oh yeah,
No.
I would never get mad about that happening. Like I would be like mad at yourself, like
Not
not
mad
mad at
at
the
the
girls.
girls, mad at yourself. Jinx. Okay. Do you want to share? So I think we each have a couple.
Yep. Okay, yeah, I'll go first.
Great.
Okay, so um first first year of marriage, Aaron and I were like, so this is 17 and a half years ago. I don't think you know about any of these. So they're all
I
new. This is
cannot wait. This was in
all
New
new
York
material.
City. In New York
Yep, New
City.
York.
Hey, get
Yep,
out of here. I got something to spill.
that's right. 1776. This is 2005, New York City.
Doesn't have the
Okay,
same ring to it. Yeah.
no. Well, that's a long time ago. No,
It 2000.
2003, 2000.
Right.
No, this would have been November 2003, dude.
Okay.
Okay. I've made two fantastic friends. This might be 2004. Um, and it's Thanksgiving, New York, like we're at Juilliard. We're all learning about music. Like, get out of my way. I'm trying to learn theory, okay?
I'm walking here. I've got to transpose. I'm transposing here.
Okay, so like so we had a couple of our friends over for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And okay, one of my things is like I always think I can do like I can try a chef thing that you saw like on the Food Network or
Food
something
Network.
like that.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Like toss stuff. I can't tell you how many times I've plopped an egg on the
You're
on the
so
stove,
right. The tossing.
right?
Oh, if we
Yep.
could do a whole episode on tossing spills. Yeah.
Trying to plate something. So like, okay, so we had a couple of friends. Our apartment is like 250 square feet, super tiny.
Yep.
Two awesome friends over for Thanksgiving, and I think it was like Barefoot Contessa. I wanted to
Okay.
make her homemade cranberry sauce.
The barefoot Contessa who reminds all of us of Jessica's mom.
Real?
She
Oh
talks
yeah,
exactly the same as Jessica's mom.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
whenever we watch whenever she's on, the boys are like,
Yep.
"It's grandma. Look, it's grandma." Yeah.
Oh, is
Yep.
she that good of a cook? Can she
No.
make all?
Who is as good as, I mean,
Right.
nobody has the Jeffrey to the barefoot
I
Contessa, right? Like you need a
yeah. No,
Jeffrey.
there is no. You are the Jeffrey. Nobody is Jeffrey. Jeffrey is the one and only. Nobody's lucky enough to be Jeffrey.
Jeffrey's the
Like,
luckiest man in the world. Yes. Jeffrey, if people don't know, barefoot Contessa is always talking about Jeffrey and making this meal for her husband,
yeah.
partner. I don't know. Jeffrey, he just exists.
No, you've seen him a few times, and it cracks me up.
I did see
It's
him on a
like they were.
Thanksgiving special once. Yeah.
Yep, he was. It's like he's always working from home. It's like
Yep.
he's on Zoom. I think he
Hmm.
works at Yale or something like that. He's
Okay.
always home.
Yeah.
And every episode, basically, if you really start to notice it, she's always like, "How can I get Jeffrey out of that room into over here?" So she's always cooking. She's like, "Oh, Jeffrey likes his chicken on Friday nights."
He
Like
does. If we know anything about Jeffrey, he likes his chicken on Friday nights. Okay, so you
he
were
always
trying to do a barefoot Contessa recipe.
Barefoot Contessa,
Yeah.
and we still do this recipe to this day because it rules. Her
Okay.
cranberry sauce.
Oh,
You
right.
you just start with cranberries. It's like literally, oh my gosh, my mouth is watering.
Mm.
Cranberries, I don't know, saute them,
Uh-huh.
and it's like orange zest, maybe like orange juice. I don't
Yeah.
know, it's just so good. It's really simple sugar.
I wrote it down.
And you have to let it percolate, macerate,
Right?
and gets really freaking hot.
Okay.
And so like I was like, okay, Aaron, we need to serve this into a serving bowl. And so I took it off the stove. So it's like
Yes.
bubbling, dude.
Boiling hot cranberry
Boiling
juice.
hot. Like
Right.
this is
Yeah.
basically like think about candy, like how hot candy is to like boil because
Right.
it's sugar.
It's like Rudy in the steel mill.
Totally. Exactly. It's like almost was that scene. Oh, that's
Yeah.
terrible. Um,
Oh no.
yep.
Yeah.
So I was like, Aaron, okay, you hold. I can't remember who was holding the bowl. I had the serving bowl.
Yeah.
One person had the serving bowl. One person had the boiling hot lava of
Uh-huh.
cranberry sauce.
Right.
And I was like,
Mordor. The
yeah.
more
So
like you have to throw the one ring into it to destroy it fully.
totally. And the bowl's like not even big enough. So this is like literally what the bowl looked like. Because just like if you're on the
Yeah.
YouTube, you can see. And I'm pretty sure it was Aaron.
Okay.
She's holding the bowl, and I'm like, here we go. And I just dumped it. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
Like
Yep.
dumped it into the bowl. Like this makes sense in my dumb, like brain dead
That it would all
mind.
stay in the bowl somehow
Yup.
if you dumped it
Somehow it
super
wouldn't.
fast. Yeah.
Yep. And it wouldn't burn her hands also.
That's the hope. That was in your mind that it wouldn't burn your wife.
Oh gosh. Yeah, dude. So literally, not only was it heavy, it
Yeah.
was sloshing around
Uh-huh.
and it was boiling hot, and she just like let go.
Oh
Just,
no.
like, just because like she couldn't possibly hold that.
Yeah.
She may still have scars. I don't know. Um, and it just dropped and exploded everywhere, dude.
Smashed.
Smashed the bowl, smashed on the ground.
Oh,
Red
no.
hot cranberry sauce everywhere, like
Did it
so
hit your
bad.
friends or were they not there yet?
Nope, no, they weren't there yet. And
Okay.
it's also the stress too. I forgot to add that. It's the stress of like,
Preparing a
people
meal.
are coming to dinner.
Yep.
You're trying to set a table,
Mhm.
be a good host,
Mhm.
and they walked into that, dude. Like,
Oh no. Knock knock right after the
Yeah,
smash explosion. Knock knock.
yeah, because we were probably, setting the table.
Yeah.
So there you go. It was awful.
Now I'm well accustomed with that table.
Mm-hmm.
Slept underneath
Oh
it.
yeah, you slept underneath that. Yeah.
In a slowly leaking air mattress, I believe. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Slowly leaking air mattress, I think, was when you pressured me to come to Minnesota, Minneapolis that night, because it was the last time we'd ever talk or see each other, apparently.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
And I was like, I have an 8:00 meeting tomorrow morning. Please come.
See, now
hours
you
away.
would say no. We hadn't learned the power of no yet.
No. Well, I couldn't stand up to you for some reason. My power of no was no. There was no match to to your ask.
To come hang. Come on, dude. And Alex was there.
Yeah. Right.
It
Yeah.
was pretty powerful. And Calgren, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
It
a
was great.
powerful ask.
Uh-huh. Fun and miserable at the same time. Okay. My first spill, well, I talked about the orange juice pickles thing. So my next
Yep.
spill, something happens when I go home to Jessica's house in Wisconsin, where people just start telling stories about this kind of stuff about me.
Mm.
I've always been that guy
Yep.
at the Marsh house.
Yep.
And so there was one that happened very, very early when I was still dating Jessica, trying to impress everybody, especially her parents. And she has 6 siblings, all 6 of her siblings. That was just a disaster. But I couldn't figure out if I was remembering it right. It's very folklore-y, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's telling the story. It's been told a million times. And I was like, I want to make
Yep.
sure I'm remembering it correctly. The gist of it is, I was sitting on their couch very early in my relationship with Jessica, probably a month in, visiting their family for the first time, and they had a stress ball, but a stress ball filled with stuff. Do you know what these are?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
And I was like stretching it and squeezing it super hard, and it exploded with just stuff everywhere. And so I wanted to make sure I got that story right. So I called Jessica's younger sister, Bethany, who was a child at the time, just to make sure that I got the story right. And so I'm going to play you that conversation. I got more than I bargained for on this conversation. So let's go to that call between me and Bethany. Let's do it. Okay, let's keep recording. People won't be able to. People that are watching won't be able to
Yep.
hear
I
that call, but
listened.
you'll have to check back in once we release this. It's pretty funny.
That actually would have been fun to listen to live. I listened to it earlier today on the way to pick up Isla. It was
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so I have a couple of thoughts on that.
Okay. Why don't you come in?
Okay. All right, so let's do it. Okay. Amazing, dude.
Fun.
Okay, so couple things, couple thoughts on that real quick.
Yeah.
First of all, this accident thing. I am so glad that accident came up at the end because I was like, wait, what? Like, I was there when
Oh,
that
you
happened.
you mean the flipping of the small vehicle?
Yes. So they were like, it's hilarious because Steven always crashes vehicles. And I was like,
Yeah.
that happened to us.
I could not believe she told that story. I
I
did
am
the
so
other
glad.
story of me flipping a vehicle, which you were in, the
Uh-huh.
Gomer Fours golf cart right before we ran
Yep.
the second marathon.
Mm-hmm.
um, had somehow erased that other story that Bethany just told from my
Yeah.
mind. But it's true.
Uh-huh.
I remember it now. But I was like, I can't believe you're telling that story. Anthony is going to flip.
I was laughing so hard, dude. It's like when somebody knows something about you
Mm-hmm.
and then you hear another group of friends and they confirm it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I loved it.
Oh, yeah. That conversation that you just heard confirms everything we talked about leading up to the in this episode, right? It's just,
Yep. It did. It did.
I'm a
Totally.
spilly guy.
That's okay. It's fun. It's like bam bam,
Yep.
like there it is again, freeze frame.
Yeah. And
The
you
milk
try
thing,
to grow out of it.
right?
And I'm sure both of us have grown out of that sort of thing a little bit, but there's
Yep.
still times I think I was at my brother's graduation. Can't
Uh-huh.
be. It was at somebody's graduation when we went to Chili's
Uh-huh.
or someplace where they have those massive cups, those massive plastic red cups of Coke.
Yeah. What maybe like um what's that burger place? Forget Red Robin.
Yeah, it's
No?
like that, a Red Robin style cup. I think it was Applebee's or maybe it was oh no, I'm forgetting the name of the restaurant with the muffins in the Midwest. Um,
Perkins?
Yeah, Perkins. Um, and right before we headed off, I was with my entire family. Right before we headed off to graduation, a full giant half gallon of Coke spilled all over the front of me. And no one is surprised, but I'm upset with myself that that has to happen in front of my family that just
Yeah.
thinks that about me. I can't get
Right.
away from it. Oh well.
Okay, here's my thought on that, dude. Okay, so
Yeah,
we do this thing. This isn't my next spill. Oh wait,
right.
we also didn't mention um the accent, dude.
Bethany's accent.
Yes.
If people wonder why we exaggerate that accent with the "Hey, how's it going" guy,
Yep.
once in a while we will settle into an accent. Bethany, and I've told her
Right.
this. Bethany's great. She and her husband refurbished this barn. They have a farm. They have chickens. They have all these things. And she has done a couple
Wow.
YouTube videos of her doing some like instructional videos on how to grow things. And I told her last
Yep.
time I was home, I was like, I've never seen or heard anything more Wisconsin than those videos. It's just something just really special about those
Oh
long
yeah.
O's and those.
Yes.
There's some clipped consonants, and sometimes you don't say the
Yeah.
consonants at all. Oh
Right.
my gosh! And
Partner
when
would come out
Jessica's at home,
perfectly.
partner would fit.
Oh,
When Jessica's at home, she goes into that goes. She goes into that
yep.
accent too.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, immediately it would take me 1 second
Mm-hmm.
to like because I've met Bethany before.
Right?
She's not the one who moved to Arizona.
No, that's Tiffany. I was trying to think of, is she the
Okay.
one that you walk down the aisle with? I think
Hmm.
Hack walked down the aisle with um, Bethany. I think you walked down with
Okay.
Renee, if I remember right. Renee, who's not a
Okay.
sister, but a friend. Um,
Okay. I can't
so
remember.
no, I'm pretty sure Hack walked down with Bethany, but you have met Bethany at random weddings and ours
Oh
included.
yeah.
So, and
Yep.
family stuff. Yeah.
Right. The accent though,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely perfect.
I know.
Um, okay. Do they have any inside jokes about you losing stuff?
Yep. There's
Okay.
there's a thing about me losing my keys and my wallet whenever I'm at the house, and
Okay.
so they have a
Yep.
special Steven place for me to set my stuff so that I don't
Sure.
lose it when I go to the house.
Okay. See, more confirmation. I think what we're learning from this dude,
Yeah.
this like a Steven's choice.
Hmm.
Although I've got a couple of really stupid ones coming up.
Well,
Boneheaded. Sorry.
maybe that's confirmation of how I think
But
of you. I don't know. No,
but
no.
yeah, no. But I think what it boils down to, dude, maybe
Yeah.
is moving. Well, okay, in our case,
Yeah.
is whenever I'm moving too fast, this stuff happens.
Okay.
The unhurried life is the cure for all of this. So, inverting um entropy.
Uh-huh.
So
Yes.
we need to invert things, and then we need to unhurry.
Yeah.
Um, and so we do this thing at our house. We call it Waffle House.
Okay.
And so we go to Waffle House. We love going to Waffle House.
Atlanta is a
It's
big
just,
Waffle House city, right? I mean,
yeah, I think
Southern
there's so many restaurants that started in or around Atlanta. So
Chick-fil-A,
Waffle House, I'm pretty sure, is one of them.
right?
Chick-fil-A, Zaxby's,
Uh-huh.
or in the surrounding Georgia areas. So like Guthrie's,
Right.
um, I mean Coke,
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, like there's a few others that I'm forgetting because it's like a lot. It's like
Okay.
surprisingly a lot.
Yeah. So I
So
bet
anyway,
there are restaurants that I would be like, no way. Like that I would recognize
yep.
that started in Atlanta. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. Um, but we try to pretend we're like the chefs at Waffle House, and we like all like, so it's me, Isla, Lily, Aaron, just the whole fam.
Yeah.
But Isla and Lily particularly love it, and there's always eventually some sort of spill
Uh-huh.
that happens.
Yep.
And what I've noticed is
In the
it's
restaurant
because
you're
we're
talking about.
no, this is at home. We try to pretend to be
Oh,
Waffle House
I
at
see.
home.
You're pretending to be now I get it. And the you guys spill.
Yeah, yeah. We because you sit right next to the cook. That's the fun part about Waffle
I
House
love it. Yep.
is you're sitting right next to all the cooks, and it's so fun to watch them, like just like order up, and then they'll
Mm-hmm.
like throw some stuff on the thing, and you're like, how's that going to be cooked in a minute? And then they
Yeah.
add something to it, scattered, smothered, covered, chunked.
Yep.
Um, okay, but there's always a spill, and it's because we were moving too fast. So
Yeah.
the unhurry, dude.
I think that's right. If I was a little bit less hurried, I would be. There's also just the clumsiness factor. I think that I just
Yep.
am a bit gangly.
Yep.
And like Bethany was saying, I'm always looking for the laugh.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So she said the milk thing, the cereal thing,
That was a
and I was
big
like,
bit
oh
of
my
mine in
gosh,
college.
I forgot that, but I totally remember that
Yeah. Where I would take a big mouthful
immediately.
of something. I would do this in the like in the cafeteria at the university
Yep.
and just have that table rolling where I just put it and I just open my mouth and it just all falls out.
I have seen that so many times, but I had completely forgotten about it. That's what was so fun and refreshing to
Yeah.
hear from Bethany.
Right.
Was like, that's classic.
Mm. It was fun to
Is
talk to
that
her.
from a movie?
I think I must have gotten it somewhere. I mean,
Seinfeld.
it's way too good for me to have invented that
No,
amazing bit.
but Seinfeld, I mean, like, I always think about him with cereal. You,
Yeah.
Alex Seinfeld. I mean, yeah. They're like, Jerry, why don't you just break up with her? And he's like, good body. He's got like a mouthful. Like that's a classic line with cereal milk. Good body. Like, yeah.
Yeah, love it. Okay, I want to hear another of yours.
All right. This one's quick, but oh my gosh. I need to take a sip of my La Croix. I already cracked this one.
Oh, okay. Pre-cracked. That's
So
fine.
no crack. Sorry, everybody.
That's okay. It's the bonus disc.
For some reason, this episode is brought to you by Duncan. Gomer's run on Duncan and La Croix.
Duncan.
Actually, it's paid for by the Gomertrons. Thanks,
That's
everybody.
right. Yeah. Gomer's run on Gomertrons.
That's right. Okay, so since this is behind the paywall, we can be real.
Oh man.
We can,
Raw.
dude.
Remember that the Rise of Skywalker trailer? Oh no, I think it was Last Jedi trailer where it was like raw power. They said raw like 100 times. Jeez, we get it.
Totally.
So we're about to hear one of those raw spills. I can't wait.
Yep. Oh,
Real.
totally.
Okay.
Um, so I like, okay, so reads, man, this is another hot one, another hot take.
Hot take,
Um,
literally.
so the back of a bassoon reed,
Yeah.
um, is wrapped in cotton thread. So if
Yeah.
people can picture, if people like don't know what a bassoon is or what a bassoon reed is, you can just look it up on Google. Just look up bassoon reed.
Yeah.
Um, it's
They're gonna crash the internet. Why are so many people Google searching bassoon reed?
um, so but the back of a reed, this is what I used to play.
Yeah.
You wrap like thread around it, and then you dip that in beeswax so that it
Okay.
kind of like makes it really solid and it's easy to hold and it really
Uh-huh.
holds this thing together.
Right.
So I've always been like looking for new ways to melt beeswax quickly and to
Okay.
be able to make lots of reeds really quickly. So
What about the
I had
microwave?
no. It has to. So a double boiler is like the best way.
Okay.
I mean, so like there's like a wet method and a dry method. The dry method that I use normally is like I light a large thing of beeswax on fire,
Wow. Okay.
just the side of it, and then I slice just a little bit off with a razor blade, and then I take that little bit of beeswax, wrap that around in the reed, and then light or like melt it so it
Melt
melts
it
into
on
the
the actual thing.
yeah.
Okay.
This is weird. This is actually what I do for a living. I'm
Yeah.
actually kind of good at this. Um,
It's a
this
different
is a
behind the scenes thing that's happening here, which is you are rising in people's opinion. That
okay.
did not
So,
happen with me.
um, but the wet method is like I take beeswax and put it in like a little metal container
Uh-huh.
inside boiling water.
Okay, right.
So
Like you would melt
the
candy, right? Like you
yeah,
would melt
exactly.
sugar. Yeah.
Melt candy or melt wax if you're going to make candles or something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
So we were I heard about this candle wax melter thing,
Uh-huh.
and we're always home for the summer. We go home for like a month,
Yeah.
and I always make that like a reed making thing.
Okay.
So I got this new candle wax
Mm-hmm.
melter thing, and it's like a water in it, and then you put the wax in the thing, and Aaron's entire family, like you've been to their house, so there's like a deep downset living room,
Yeah. What is that?
and
Like a
like
it's a
you walk down, it's like it's a split level house.
right.
So
And you had
um
that in your Florida house when I not Florida house, your
yeah, we
your
did
your
in Georgia.
previous Georgia
Yep.
house was like a you step down like 5 steps, but
Yeah,
you can
I
look up
love
those
that.
steps into the kitchen.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Yep. Okay. Got it.
um and so like sometimes what'll happen is like they'll go down there, so there's like 8 people down there watching a movie,
Yeah.
and then like um I will be up in the kitchen, like making reads or doing some work or editing a podcast, you know.
They're like, who did you marry?
But this particular time, I was
Uh-huh.
auditioning a candle wax melter.
Right.
And so, like, I'm like, oh, this is going to be so cool. It's going to be so efficient. I'm going to be able to wax 12 reads in 10 seconds. It's
You're
going to be
not gonna
so awesome.
believe this.
It's going to be so cool. And, like,
Yeah.
only I'm going to think it's cool.
Right.
But I'm always looking for different things like this. So like, dude, literally, they're all downstairs. I don't realize how hot I've gotten this thing, dude.
Yeah.
And like, they don't know this. They
Right.
still don't know this
Yeah.
to
They
this
don't know what
day.
you're doing. Oh, they don't know this to this
No,
day. I thought you meant
nope.
then. Okay.
I talked to Erin earlier about it. I was like, it's gonna be on the Patreon. Is it okay if I tell the story? She's like,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
So like, literally, dude, I go up there and it explodes. Like
Wow.
like candle wax or no beeswax
Right.
like plop on the back of this TV, like plops on the toaster. There's beeswax on the counter, like
Wow.
just melted and like super hot. And I
Whoa.
am like so hot, like so nervous, so like
Right. Because if they had come upstairs, would you have like what gotten in trouble?
dude, I don't even know what I would have done. I don't even. So like, I went into some sort of thing like Tenet, where like times no, it's like Santa Claus. No, it's like Night They Save Christmas. I got
Okay.
the time slower downer,
Right. Got it.
and I was like, okay, I need paper towels.
Mm-hmm.
I need put on a pot of hot boiling water because I'm gonna need to melt that wax that
Right. You've
just
got to
landed on
pour it
stuff.
on the wax to soften it again.
Yeah, because the wax cools immediately and gets hard.
Over their stuff.
Oh my gosh, I'm like hot just thinking about it.
Yeah.
So somehow in like while hoping that they all stay downstairs,
Right.
I'm like I like I like poured boiling water on stuff.
Uh-huh.
I'm like scooping stuff off. I'm like there's towels, there's paper towels everywhere. I'm like scraping it off stuff.
Right.
But this is all like really nice
Like nice
stuff.
stuff. Right.
Yeah, like this is a house. This is one of those houses you'd take pictures of.
Yeah. They've got a
You know,
nice
like
house and nice stuff for sure.
nothing's out of place. It's absolutely perfect, gorgeous.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, I've
and
come over there randomly, and it's
yep,
like they were planning for guests
yep.
whenever I'm there.
It's it's incredible. Like
Yeah.
when I first started going there. So basically, that's the end of the story.
Well, but
Like
yeah, I have a thought on that. You finish what you were
okay,
going to say, but I have a thought on that.
no, like um, when I first started going over there, I grew up.
Yeah.
No, my family's not on the Gomertron either. I can just throw them under the bus. Just kidding.
Right. Not super neat
No,
growing up for
I
your
just didn't grow up neat. I
right.
didn't grow up neat at all,
Mm-hmm.
and I've only learned neatness from Aaron, and I've kind of adopted it. And dude, actually, I think
Yeah.
that I may actually have some serious OCD tendencies.
It might be some combination of growing up and the family that you're in now. You know what I mean? Like, where do
Right.
those things come from? Or I know what
Well,
you mean, though. I'm not surprised that you say that.
well, I've grown into liking things to be in order.
Right.
Because I was a mess in college. Like my roommates, I know. I spilled wax there too. I
Well,
spilled wax all
I
over a
remember
carpet
going
once.
to your house in high school into your room.
Mm. Oh man.
First of all, that sweet waterbed, bro.
Oh man. So embarrassing.
Do you have any? You have a spill? Don't you have a spill from the waterbed story, or no? Is that a
uh
different person I'm thinking of? Their waterbed
that
burst.
Nope, that wasn't me.
Okay. All
My
right.
waterbed structural integrity kept it was a good one.
But Nation, all you need to know is it wasn't a very neat room.
No. Like this I'm thinking like simplicity or something like that is maybe somewhere towards my word for 2021.
Oh, right. Okay.
Um I'm loving throwing stuff away. I'm loving cleaning. This is all to say
Yeah.
that I used to feel out of place in a place that was so neat. I felt like you had to walk on eggshells.
Right. Yeah.
Now I feel total shalom. Like Aaron's mom is like she is like she moves me in her
Yeah.
ability to like, and Aaron too. We sit there, we're like, how does she do it? How does she do it?
Huh. Well,
And
you
then I
just
splattered
took a
wax
picture
everywhere.
of your new simplified desk, right? You took all your read tools out into the garage, and your
Yup.
desk is so neat,
Yup.
and simple and clean. I see your office is similar behind you.
Yup.
So listen, Gomer Nation, we can grow.
We
We
can,
can
yep,
change. We still drop pickle jars once in a while. We put the
totally.
milk in there without any covered at all. But I mean, one does develop as they grow if they make an effort.
Totally. So for me, it's become a practice of learning.
Yeah.
I don't know how we always end up getting here, but like
We can't get away from it.
I know it's our agent stage,
Yeah.
but the wax was cleaned up and we never talked about it, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
if they ever found any wax.
Right.
I don't know if it was like one of those things like it's they've always wanted to talk to me about it but they haven't.
Okay. So that's what I wanted to say. I'm putting
Okay.
myself into Aaron's parents' shoes.
Okay.
If I were to find something like beeswax on the bottom of like on the underside of some cupboards or
Right.
cabinets in the kitchen sometime.
Right. Right.
Let's say a week later. I'm like, what's
Uh-huh.
this? Well, I know that
Sure.
Anthony was working with beeswax when he was here last week. I
Right.
would never mention it.
Hmm.
I would just
That's
be
what I
like, I
Yep.
don't want to embarrass him. I'll just clean it
Fair.
up. What good does it do to mention this? So
Totally.
I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't pull a perfect heist and get away with it completely. And it's just they just didn't ever feel like they needed to bring it up.
Yep. And her mom is a saint. She's incredible. Um, okay. Maybe I'll like this is just us in the Gomertrons.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll ask Aaron like someday.
Yeah.
Like just ask.
Hmm.
I'm so
Just
curious.
ask.
I still maintain that when needed, I can do a pretty kick butt cleanup job.
Yeah.
I think I did.
Okay.
Like I sacrificed like some of my clothes to soak this up. Like I can't
Wow.
remember, but I might have ended up like naked up there. Like
That I would have liked to see. Just Anthony nude and beeswax all over the walls and
and stop by the
appliances.
yeah, stop by the scale to do a quick weigh in.
Well, might as well. I'm nude.
Speaking of no one's looking.
The last spill I just wanted to bring up because I feel like it's sort of the elephant in the room is I was going to talk about my car accident, but maybe I've talked about that ad nauseum. Like, have I talked about that enough? What
Here-
and it's the first thing I thought of when we talked about doing this episode. Well, I have to talk about when I got hit by a car, smart car.
Okay. Yep. That was many years ago, and a
Yep.
lot of our listeners might not even know.
I wonder. I wonder if a
Like,
Gomertron wouldn't know, but maybe.
yeah, right.
Um, uh, here's what I'll do. Did I ever tell you what thoughts were going through my head? I don't know if this is recorded or if I ever told you what thoughts were going through my head because
We
I
talked about
remember
it.
like
Yep.
the smart car hit me and I bounced off. I was
Yep.
running in Denver. I didn't see or hear the smart car coming.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got a ticket for jaywalking served to me while I was in the hospital. While I was trying to pee into that like plastic jug.
Yeah.
They'd cut my Switchfoot sweatshirt off that Switchfoot gave to me.
Oh man.
Most miserable
Forgot about that
and
detail.
embarrassed. I'd left a
Yep.
message, I think, on your answer machine at that point.
Yep.
They
That's
served
somewhere
me
on the podcast.
right. They served me a ticket for jaywalking while I was on that bed. But I bounced off the smart car and I was like, spread eagle. They told me not to say spread eagle through the air.
No.
Yeah. And the thoughts I remember going through my head were um, my iPhone. Like
Mm.
where am I going to land on my iPhone?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a recent purchase.
Yeah, that's right.
Like it was very early in that, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
um and so I remember that I had my iPhone in my pocket and I was like, please God, don't let me land on my iPhone and smash that.
Don't worry about my lungs.
Right. Don't worry about my body. Um and then the other thing I remember thinking very clearly was, I'm so glad that I pooped before I went on this run. Or else it would just be like everywhere
Like,
right now, like because everything releases.
right.
Um
Fight
and
or
so
flight.
yeah, and so I just like I told that ladder story. Gomertrons have heard it because it's on the bonus disc, but like that ladder story,
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of luck with controlling everything all the time. So just imagine, I was just thinking worst case scenario in a spill like that, you get hit by a car and you
Yeah.
also have an actual accident.
Yep. Totally. That's just a mess.
So I remember
You're
lying on the
you're
ground
right.
being very thankful that I realized I didn't land on my iPhone. It's okay.
Yep.
Which they had to use to call people. My iPhone, because they're like, who do we call? And I was so out of it. They just they I like
Did
I told them
did they give
I
give you your thumbprint or something?
no, that was pre thumbprint and I wasn't using a
Oh,
passcode.
right.
So
So
they
they
could
just
just
look up
get
like,
right. They could just get right on my phone and call Jessica. And then I said, call
wow.
my friend Ryan, who I was staying at his house. I said, call
Yeah.
Ryan. And they did. Uh, but yeah, the iPhone was not smashed, and I had gone to the bathroom before I went running. And so the
Great.
spill, I guess we could say, was not as bad as it could have been.
Yep. Because imagine breaking your lungs or smashing your lungs and your iPhone and pooping your pants.
Right.
That's over the top.
Because I did break 5 ribs front and back.
Right.
And that was not from the landing, it was from the actual getting hit by the car. Like that smart car hit my side and snapped 5 ribs right
Yep.
there.
Perfect height.
Right,
Absolute
exactly.
perfect. And it's flat.
Yep.
Yep. Oh man, dude.
And I did total that car.
That okay. Looking back on it, that's hardcore, dude. That's a little bit like Superman or something. Like what what movie is that where like literally like a superhero stops a car?
Oh yeah, that feels like a bit of a trope to me where the superhero like falls right on the street and then the car hits it and flips. I don't know
Yeah.
what that feels like. That was a recent thing I saw.
Stops a car though. It goes like boom.
Right. The
That's
car
pretty hardcore.
smashes the superhero like it's a pylon, right, and then flips
Right.
over. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that did not happen to me. I bounced and flew and rolled quite far.
Well, oh.
Oh, that sound! I can't believe we haven't mentioned that sound yet.
Yeah.
Wow. That'll be in the
That's the
sequel
Gomer
when I
Wilhelm scream.
right.
That's
Totally.
that's the Gomer Wilhelm. Wow.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that. I can't not. We can't do an episode on spills and not talk about that because that was my major accident in my life.
Yep.
But thinking back on it, it could have been worse.
Yep.
Way
Could have
worse.
pooped your pants.
It could have been a Honda Civic and it could have broke both my legs.
Totally.
It could
And
have
pooped
been
your pants.
a Dodge Ram and killed me.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So,
it could have been going 50.
yep.
Like some
Instead of
people are
25,
plowing
it
through.
could have been, yeah.
Like if you were gonna get hit by a car,
Yeah.
it was perfect. Like the way it happened.
The perfect accident.
Yeah.
Perfect
just
spill.
just the right limiters were put on it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm not ashamed to say I think it was 100% God's protection. Right.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
um, it I'm kind of being facetious that it could have been a lot worse because I didn't poop my pants, but it could have been a
Yeah.
lot worse in
No, for
a
sure.
lot of ways. And
Yep.
so, we live through these spills. We learn.
Mm-hmm.
I look both ways.
Uh-huh. Left, right, left.
Right. I'll put those pickles into a sturdier bag.
Yep.
We learn, but I don't think the spills will ever end.
Nope. Leave the containers or put stuff in a container in the fridge.
Yep.
Don't do the melt. Don't do the beeswax thing.
No. What did you do with
Yeah.
that newfangled machine you had? Did you get rid of it?
Oh, I like threw it away. I was like, this thing's stupid. And then I went all dry method ever since, dude. It's been like 10 years.
I've always imagined you using a Bunsen burner from high school chemistry
That would
class.
rule. But I just have this little alcohol lamp.
Okay, that's cool. That's way
Yep.
cooler than a Bunsen burner.
Yep. I tried to pour that. It gets so covered with wax over the years that I poured that in a thing of boiling water and it exploded.
Oh wow!
So I had to order another one.
Huh? Dang.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a lot. I was hearing that theme from you that it's a lot of like boiling material flying everywhere.
Right. That's why I went all dry. You just get a brick. I found these tiny little bricks of beeswax
Really?
on Amazon.
Yeah.
They're about 20 reeds worth. A lighter and a little Bunsen burner. That would rule. Nope.
Yeah.
A little alcohol lamp. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to minimize. And I stopped wrapping too. No more
Okay.
thread.
Wow. Reminds me of Nunya.
Huh?
Nunya beeswax. Oh. All right. That's our show.
Oh my gosh.
Should we just end with that? Like,
Yep, great.
put the sound
can
down on the laughing.
Just laughing and add do dee do dee do do dee.
Great. Were there any? Oh no, I just need to edit in Bethany's call, and that's it.
Yep. That's it.
So fun, dude.
None yet.
All right, you got to go, right?
I
You got a
do. I have a
lesson.
student coming over in 13 minutes. But dude, that
Wow,
was less than a 2-hour session, 2 full episodes. That's great.
love it. Okay, awesome. All right,
Sweet.
bye, nation.
Hey, we'll see Kevin tomorrow, right?
All right, see you tomorrow, Kevin. Well, but he will see this.
I
Oh,
just put it up today, dude.
okay, good idea.
And then
All
we'll
right,
see Jason on Wednesday.
yeah, we're having our conversations with our ultra marathon
Yes.
donations this week.
So pumped.
That'll be so fun. Okay, all right. Thanks, Gomer Nation. Thanks, Anthony. Wait,
Bye,
I
everybody.
didn't stop yet. Did you stop the recording?
Oh gosh, no, I didn't. Here we go.
Let's do
1,
that.
2, 3, stop. Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Now
I'm
be
safe.
real jerks to each other.
Just everything drops.
Yeah.
What are
Your
you naming
spills are
that?
so dumb. You're so klutzy.
Your spills were so unfunny. Steven Spills. I'm just writing.
I
Or
just called it
Spills.
TG Spills AG side.
A very simple name. Awesome. Okay. So this one comes out Tuesday. And then that the Lose 20 we just recorded doesn't come out until next Friday.
Right.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
And then okay, sounds good.
So I need to edit this one, but the other one I've got some time.
Oh yeah.
All right,
for sure.
dude.
And I've got Rudy half done, chat episode mostly done. I'll finish those today
Great.
and send those to you. They're
Okay.
really, really, really good, I think.
I can't wait.
Sweet.
Okay. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye. Oh, wait. Bye, everybody. Did you
Bye,
record?
everybody.
Stop.
No,
Okay.
I'll just end it and it'll stop recording. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.